Hey, y'all, and welcome back to Just Sharing with Nine. I hope your new year is off to a great start. If you have not subscribed yet and this is your first time viewing one of my videos, then go back, hit subscribe, hit that button, that bell, so you know when I'm uploading a video. Right now, it probably happens about every couple of weeks. I'm trying to get better about that. But tell your friends about it, tell your coworkers about it, especially if in conversation you've talked to someone that is a caregiver, has been a caregiver, is thinking about being a caregiver. I'm trying to drop some knowledge and some tips off of my own experiences. So today, this is focusing on one of my goals of 2023 for my own family member, is getting you prepared, getting your estate planned out, talking about it, figuring out what you need to do, starting the steps, all of that. I'm not gonna lie, I said when I turned 40 I wanted to do my estate planning. Yeah, that didn't happen at 40. Didn't happen at 41. I finally got it done. Yes, I did. Before the end of 2022. So it took me 2 years, but I got it done. And I am so happy I got it done. Granted, I know as I get older, if the Lord blesses me with a significant other and we walk down that aisle to matrimony, that things will change. But at least I have something right now in case something happens. And that's what it is, really. Don't think of that. You're like, well, I ain't got nothing. Yes, you do. You are just as important as the assets that you have acquired. So help your family members, help your friends know what you want to do with what you have left. If you have, for instance, a dog or a cat, and you, for unforeseen circumstances, get in a car accident, who do you want to take care of that fur baby? I'm saying it's as simple as that, because you cared for that animal. And I know you just don't want that animal out on the street, right? So think about those things. So let's start with this. When it comes to when I started thinking about, well, what do I do for my estate planning, right? I did seek out the same estate planning elder attorney that my parents used, just because of familiarity. I knew the individual very well, wanted to support a young African-American female lawyer that is doing great things, by the way, in Indianapolis, Indiana, just in case, you're looking. I will drop her info at the end. But even if you're not, on her social media page, she's sharing knowledge, y'all, these golden nuggets about preparing yourself, your parents, your, elders, whoever, getting us ready. So I talked to her first, and it was a conversation to say, well, who do you want to manage your things, your finances? Who do you want? At the time I had a house. Who do you want to, take over that? If it's, purchased and, it's yours, what are you going to do with it? Who do you want to handle? I'm in an organization. I love my Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. I'm not going to let just anybody come on up in there and take my stuff. Now, I know my girls got me, but let me just go ahead and put it down legally that I want X, Y, and Z person to take my stuff and make sure it is done with properly. Simple as that, right? Excuse me, because my glasses keep sliding down. So I had to think about those things, right? And being that I already did this because I was my parents' power of attorney, and we went through their estate and wrote down, jewelry divided up amongst the sisters and my daughter. When it came to my dad's memorabilia stuff, divided up amongst myself and my brother, things like that. So I thought it in the same way. I selected 2 individuals to basically take care of everything. And from that, I knew that because they know me so well, one being my brother and my cousin who's like a sister, saying that they know me, they're going to know, like, okay, one of the dogs is with her dad. We're going to keep it with her dad if she goes before him. We're not going to go and just take the dog because in, her living will, it states that I am the owner now of this dog. No, I'm going to make sure that the dog is continue to be taken care of by her father. So that was, basically, like I said, the first steps of figuring out who. One of the other things, this is the tedious part, I kid you not, being that I've been a physical therapist for, I think 17, 18 years, somewhere around there. It was, okay, let's go back and look at all your 401k, IRA, annuity, all these things, and make sure we have this beneficiary written down, and we find out what the policy numbers are, put that information in there, if it's 100% going to this person, if it's 50-50, whatever the case may be. So also that the lawyer filling out all this paperwork documentation has that same information that the companies do. That was very tedious because I didn't keep that stuff like right there, so I had to go searching, and just wasn't that just wasn't the best for me per se. But some of y'all are very good about keeping that information and got it like bam right there. Kudos to you. One of the other things that I am actually in the process of doing is making sure my bank accounts have a POD. So I found out that, of course, when someone passes, power of attorney is null and void. Majority of your banks, it all depends on your state laws, so definitely ask. You can have a POD, which is power of disbursement. Now, which means mom, dad, aunt, and uncle who were like, I don't want nobody on my bank account. Guess what? They are only on your bank account and only have access to it once you are deceased. So they can only have access to those funds once you are gone. Nobody is going in stealing money from you beforehand. They have to present documentation, i.e. the death certificate, and so that they will be able to take care of your funds to, take care of your funeral, to pay off any lingering bills, whatever the case may be. So, like I said, that's one thing that I do not have done, but I am working on it. And being that I have a credit union account, a regular bank account, I want it the same across the board. I don't want to be having, oh no, I wrote down that person A goes to this account, person B goes to that. Keep it simple, y'all. Make it easy. Don't be difficult. When you gone, don't be adding extra stress, unneeded stress, unwanted stress on somebody. But this is why it's important to write stuff down. One other thing that I have already been working on, and I recommend this for anyone that is in a Greek lettered organization or any other organization, and even, for instance, in your military life, is write down your bio. So I've been constantly just updating my AKA bio, saying what offices I held and what chapter, what year, what committees I've been on, what committees I've chaired. Same way, I was literally talking to my uncle about, doing his estate planning. He was like, I got nothing. I said, yes, you do. I said, how about, does your son even know what your rank was when you retired? He's like, probably not. I said, can you at least write it down for him? Granted, he may not know and think about it, but he at least know that I can go into a file or go to a lawyer that has my father's documents. And when it comes time to writing his obituary, I can actually write it accurately. Okay, and say that he retired at the rank of captain in the United States Army. Whatever the case may be, right? Like, let's help people out because we just don't know. Your father may have been a Mason and you didn't even know. I'm just saying, but that's where, if you happen to catch my video, and I know it was more about caregiving tips or preparing to be a caregiver, but the information kind of flows together with this, in that we got to start with just talking about these things. I believe all of my girlfriends know, and look, I'm going to share with y'all, Naya wants to be cremated. I don't want to have an open casket. I don't want to have a closed casket. I don't want to have a burial in the ground. I don't want to be in a mausoleum. I want to be cremated, and there we go. My ashes spread because I want somebody. I've asked one person already. I asked them to skydive, and she was like, hold that thought. I'm not going to skydive. But she would parasail. I'm good. Just get up in the sky and then spread my ashes. So I've stated that, and we've talked about these things. I have girlfriends that have children that are college age, young adults starting their own family versus little young adults that young children that think they are adults. So, we talked about stating these things that aren't the most comfortable, but what do you want? Who do you want? If you have not made someone a godmother or a godfather for your child, and you don't have to have that, but who do you want to help take care of this child as they grow up to be a young adult if something unforeseen happens to you? And even as those young adults are going on, I mean, let's name somebody. Let's be honest. I hope that your best friend, Ace Boon Coon, ride or die, gonna check on your children, even if they are 25 and 30 when you pass. So, just some of the things, right, with the estate planning. Write stuff down. Get your bio set. And let me say this. Even if you aren't in any organization, you can still write your bio based off of what elementary school, middle school, high school, college. You know, if you spent 20 something years working for the United States Postal Service, if you spent 25 years working for the airlines, whatever the case may be, write the information down. If you were, you know, a member of this church and served in an office in that role within your church, I mean, that's stuff noteworthy of saying, I feel. You know, just those are things that you can help and have that little bio just continuing to grow as you get older. You can start working on, you know, even if you don't have an estate planner and the fees for them to write up all your stuff, yes, there are fees because they are taking the time to make sure that your documents are legal, legit, got all the ins and outs that you're supposed to be. But even if you don't have that, I am pretty sure, and I haven't looked it up, but I'm pretty sure there's some simple, less detailed, but still valid paperwork that you can get off the internet, and you can go have someone notarize it and it still be something that'll hold up. You know, of course, check what's valid and approved within your own state as always, because they're all different. But I think we're past the time in just waiting and saying, I'll do it when I get older. You know, if COVID hasn't taught us anything, and I said this before, you know, time waits for no one. We never know when our time is up. So let's stop just pushing stuff aside when it comes to our health, when it comes to our finances, when it comes to just growing and putting yourself first. Stop doing that. Put yourself first. Be selfish. You know, lay out your plans, get it written, get it legalized, notarized, all that, so you have it. You know, set up those accounts. If you have stuff being in an IRA and 401k and all that, set that stuff up. If your job has it offered for you, take advantage of it. Stop brushing off and be like, oh, I don't need that right now. You don't need it right now, but you may later. I'm just saying, let it make some money for you on the side, in the background, where you ain't even got to think about it. Let your money make you some money. I think I just went totally off topic in a way, but not really. Just, I hope you're following me. But it's all about the estate planning right now. So you don't have to, you know, right now say, I got to have the money and go find a lawyer to handle your estate. But guess what? You can start doing things on your own. You can create your own files on your external hard drive or whatever, have the documents written and create this as written a folder that says so-and-so's estate planning and start it there. That's all. You know, it's a process. It's, you're going to step back and when you see how helpful this is going to be, because either it's going to come up, I kid you not, it's either going to come up that what you've done is going to help someone else, or you're going to be in a situation where you're going to be like, I'm so glad I did this ahead of time, or you're going to be like, dang it, I wish I would have took the time to do this. Something is going to happen. So let's not deal with the latter and being like, well, dang it, I wish of, and let's have the outcome of, ooh, I'm so glad I did. So sum it all up, that's just my short video today on estate planning. There's much more we can talk about, and we will talk about the individual that I follow. I'm going to try to add her link and bio stuff for her social media pages at the end of this video, so you can follow her on social media. She's always willing to answer questions, help people in the direction that she, you know, in whatever way she can. Excuse me, getting a little tongue tied. So you all continue to enjoy the beginning of this new year. Take advantage of this first quarter. Get things set. Be selfish. Take care of yourself. Be about you. But continue to check in with me and wait till the next video comes. We're going to hope I can get it done in 2 weeks. Just wanted to share a little bit more from Nai. I hope you enjoy. You guys have a great one. I'm out.